All right, guys, welcome to the channel. My name is James McDonald. And if you are into meditation, if you're into human transformation and living your best life, then yeah, this video is for you. You know, this live stream is for you. And in today's video or this live stream, what we're going to be covering is coming into present moment time and how that really is the key to transformation. Okay. And it might not be as linear as other forms of healing, however, which I have witnessed and I am witnessing myself go through it as we speak. Another, say, another another episode of transformation. So it's and we'll get into that in the video. So we'll talk about that, how it can transform your life, present moment time, and then the simplicity of it. So, two, the simplicity of it, and then how simple it can be, and then the challenges that come along with it. Okay, and then after that, we'll dive into a really nice frequency session, a healing session, where I'll be helping you generate frequencies. So I'll generate frequencies myself, and then by osmosis. And it's not sound frequencies, okay? If you're new here, it's not sound frequencies, it's not binaural beats, it's not sound bowls or anything like that. It's very natural. I mean, they're natural, but it's frequencies that I generate. So I generate them internally, and then it helps you generate them yourself. Okay, because we're all frequencies, and my mind doesn't like to believe it sometimes, but we are. If you're not aware, we are more frequencies and say nothingness, right? Than we are physical matter, and the physical experience that we're having here, it's a reflection of where we are in time and space. Okay, and it's like, well, how do I know this? And well, one, I've been experimenting with this form of healing for about 5 years now, uh, and uh, and also. And even prior to that, 5 years of personal development, right? So I won't go into it, but a decade experience in the personal development industry. Learned a lot, experienced a lot, and it was only until this where I really felt at home. So let's just get into it, and it's going to be uh, yeah, we'll just dive into it. So how can one, what is present moment time? So present moment time is it's it is a rhythm, right? But present moment time, or time to me, it's actually more of like, it looks like a molecule, and I've mentioned this before, but it actually looks like an element, a compound, and I can see this with the abilities that I've cultivated over the past. Um, Again, 5 years. Okay, so I can kind of see into the fabric of time and say the frequencies behind this physical, say, reality. So time, we created density, right? So so say consciousness created this physical density. So what are the building blocks of this physical density? Yeah, time is a building block, right? Time is an element, it's a compound, it's kind of like carbon. Yeah, so time, it's a constant, and you're either in time or you're out of time, and there's no other way about it. And so when we're in time, and the biggest example that you can look at and how beautiful and how transformative time is when you look at nature. Okay, so taking that breath in, if you're listening in, whether it's the replay or you're here live, just taking a breath in and just scanning your environment. And when you look at nature, nature is in time, untouched by man, right? Nature is in time, and it just pulls you in. Okay, I live here on the east coast of Australia, and whenever there's whales that are moving on the east coast, I just stop everything. I have to stop. I just have to. I just got to stop everything and look for a little bit. because it just sucks you in. Their purity just pulls you in. So very similar to that. Sorry, that nature is in time, and nature has this beautiful harmony to it. It has this beautiful rhythm to it. Yeah, it has this. There's death. There's birth. There's it's nature is so complex, yet it's so simple, right? It's so complex, but it's so simple, and it just runs on a clock. Whereas humans, hey Larry, whereas humans, what we've done, and we're figuring it out, and it can be challenging, right? And the biggest challenge is really our mind, our mental construct on who we think we are. It can really, um, it can really, it can just really distort things. It's just straight up. It can just really distort things. So your mental construct of who you think you are, and say those filters that you uh, 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 are reflecting through. So taking another breath in and noticing where you are as we make this an experience for you. We make this a session for you, not only a talk, and just noticing what's around you. Again, the floor, the ceiling, noticing the screen in front of you if you're watching me on a laptop or a phone, and then noticing your body. And I go deeper into that spatial referencing in the programs of mine, but that's really important. Spatial referencing is really important. So, because it's all about time, right? And it's a great little segue because spatial referencing is the how-to on say pulling yourself into present moment time. Okay, and I'll just touch on say the beginner or say the foundational method, which is noticing say the walls, using your senses. Yeah, so using your senses, so like the wall, the floor, what you can hear around you, what you can smell, taste, touch, using those and tuning into those. And you could do that right now. So we'll just dive into a little medi. And so again, just noticing those things, what's around you, your five senses. And then noticing your body. Could be a body part. Let's just say your sternum or your groin, your hips. And then noticing what's supporting you, the chair, the floor, whatever it might be. As you all spatial reference to come into time. And when you come into time, your timeless self, which is the real you, which really is the real you, as much as our mind wants to get in the way, it is the real you. You're a timeless being. And that timeless being comes into the now with your physical form and looks around you. It looks around and goes, Well, I'm a timeless being. I'm epic, right? I'm a I'm a badass, right? I'm a freaking cool dude, yeah, right? Or woman, yeah. I'm an amazing human, right? I created this reflection of myself here. So why am I reflecting, or why am I creating through these filters of lack, of abuse, control, all of these say formulas that humans over the course of history have really fucked up. You know, there's a lot of amazing things as well in the world, don't get me wrong. As you take a breath in, noticing what's supporting you, and your timeless self goes to work when it's in time to clean those things up, right? And it exposes those things. So for some of you, whether you're new or you've been around the block, this is where timeless, your timeless self exposes the bullshit. And this is where it can be challenging. Okay. And I've had challenges myself. Okay. I'm not immune to this. Uh, so you, as you come into the moment so strongly, and there's layers to it, right? And that's a whole nother topic, but there's layers to it. Okay. Uh, so, uh, so there's a variety of say challenges or the variety of opportunities when you say graduate or you evolve into the next phase of who you are. Okay, that natural evolutionary process. So taking a breath in, through the nose, and so as you evolve, or sorry, I should say, as you connect to that timeless essence, that purity, initially, you see you see all the bullshit that comes out of you. It's night and day. And what people get stuck on, especially when they dive into this work and right, uh, they get stuck on the mind. And the mind can be, I'll say it, can be a bastard, can be a little prick. Okay. Because, and the reason why, or at least say the, the, the manufactured mind, and the manufactured mind, it's limited. Okay, it's operating, it's limited. So the key here is really to observe as you go through the process, whether that's through sessions or through these live streams, through the program. It's really important to become the observer and to really be in the now as you notice again what's supporting you, and even beneath what's supporting you. So if you're noticing, say, the floor, it's like, well, what's underneath the floor? If you're in a building, what's through the building all the way down? So you notice your breath. So that's where the challenges can come through as you observe yourself. And then the key is, again, it's that singularity, that autonomy, right, of being in the now. So your timeless self takes over. And as you allow it to say, wipe clean over time, intergenerational baggage, again, humanity's timestamps of abuse, lack, control, all those things, you start to see yourself and you start to create a even more pure, well, a purer definition or more true definition of who you are in this physical. You start reflecting who you really are here in the physical. And that may mean that you need to let go of specific concepts of self, beliefs, patterns, whatever it might be. As you take that breath in, and whenever you're ready, you can open up your eyes briefly, looking at something unmoving, like a point on the wall or the window, whatever it might be. And then referencing it to your sternum. And then closing back down your eyes as I reset the session to then support just to scan the group and then adjust the session for you guys that are on live. So taking that breath in, asking yourself that question, how can I connect to my timeless self even more, my purest self? Many of you, from what I'm seeing, it's like, again, you're watching yourself. So it's quite a powerful place to be. Some of you are actually watching. It's like you're watching a movie. It's like you're watching your life as a movie, and there's more of a detachment around what you're doing. Uh, all those sorts of things, and it's a great place because it gives you, say, an ability to adjust accordingly. Right? There's less attachment to how you've lived your life. So as you go through the process, again, there's again, it opens up a cleaner, say, pathway or doorway to access a grander version of you because of that detachment, if that makes sense. And for those that are keen, I'm just going to open up the line, guys. I'm going to, so if any of you guys want an update, if you want a mini session, just comment in the chat. Just say, hey, would love a scan, or would love a update, or whatever it might be, and I'll go through you guys for the remainder of this live. And for everyone else listening in, as long as you're staying in this space, this meditative space, whoever I'm tapping into, you'll and working on, you'll benefit from it. Okay. Absolutely. So, Larry, yep. So just taking a breath in, my friend. And again, remembering that this is public, right? It's on a public forum, so if you don't want things to be shared live in a public forum, um, then yeah, maybe don't ask for an update. Okay, all right. So yeah, Larry, um, just give me a sec. Yeah. So Larry, for you, you're like it's pretty intense, man, but it's kind of exciting. Like your entire concept of self is dismantling. Does that make sense? So it's like no matter what you do now, like no matter what you do, that was say of the old, it just can't work. It like it, it breaks you basically. You and that's where things can get really hard, and like mentally it can really fuck you up, because it's like, well, what the hell. So this is where, and just taking a breath in, man, and everyone for that matter, this is where, so for Larry and for individuals that are in this space, you're being forced to be you're being forced into that new consciousness with those new rules, new concepts. So everything of the old, it like literally, it can't survive anymore, right? And yeah, so I'm in that space as well. In fact, a lot of us are, right? It's like no matter, you just can't operate that way anymore because it's like, yeah, it's just, yeah. So let me just help you and anyone else who might be experiencing that, just like smoothen that process a little bit. So taking that breath in, Larry, noticing your groin area, your hip area. Again, noticing your hips, your pelvis. Mm, there you go. Nice. Noticing your kneecaps as well now. So hips, pelvis, kneecaps. And it's like it can be it's it's new, right? Consciousness is new, so it's it's something new, right? It's always gonna have, say, that element of uncomfortableness, right? Because new technology, um, yeah, a new human, new concepts. So just staying in that space, dude. Um, and I'll. So yeah, for you, Larry, I would, if you want, you could book in. I'm going to do like online group sessions as well. If you want, um, you can book that in, and we could go even deeper. Um, um, yeah, but for now, just like notice your hips and your knees. Okay. Yeah, that'll be huge for you, and I know yeah, it's pretty yeah. So just taking that breath in again, brother. But yeah, I'd look at an online group session. Um, I'll look at some dates, and we'll go to Renee. Yeah. So Renee. Yeah. So yeah. All good, man. Yeah. So Renee, for you, you're doing really well. Right, in the grand scheme of things. Okay, you're doing really well, and you've, especially since the last time I kind of scanned you, you've really, it's like it's really clicked for you at some level. There's still some things to go, but there's like a part of you where it's like, oh fuck, like, and you're still kind of, it's like you oscillate as well. You oscillate quite a bit. So just noticing your feet, so like your ankles. So because let's just be real, the old way of you doing things really messed you up, and I've known you for a while, so I'll just call it how it is. It's really kind of messed you up, right? I should do that hand. Um, again, great abilities. Again, I would probably say some distorted abilities as well. Right? That kind of, again, it just messes you up. So, um, so, and recently, you say things have shifted, or at least you've had glimpses of, say, that moment of time where you're like, oh, damn, well, shit, this is more simple, right? Or those moments of like, oh, maybe, maybe it's meant to be like this, right? So trust that, okay? Because you're seeing now, say, the inefficiencies of how you used to do things. So you're moving in a fantastic direction, right? Timeless. These sessions, this process, it's not about feeling good. And this is again where people can get a little stuck because they move back into the mind, right? Or they allow, say, the mental construct of their mind to say to basically trap them, and then they go back because it's like, oh, because again you're seeing it so clearly now. Does that kind of make sense, Renee? So just everyone just taking a breath in, noticing their feet. So, uh, for you all, for both you and Larry, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's just a plethora of individuals moving through this, because it really is that time. Um, you want to just be. And I know that sounds so simple. I've heard it myself, and I've gone through stuff, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck, you know? like, like, fuck. Okay, just be. But every time I laugh, every time, every time, every time I just come into the now, I'm like, all right, dude, like just like where are you? You know, bring yourself down from the clouds and into your body, you know, and spatial reference. That's like where your problem my problems just disappear. They literally like vanish, right? And so and things just not have this, and then you follow those breadcrumbs, right? You follow those breadcrumbs that slowly just naturally just kind of show up for you. It's like, hey, like, let's go do this, or let's go there, or whatever it might be. And then in a short amount of time, throughout the space of a day, as you following that thread, it pulls you into it. Just you then say resolve things. So the key is for all of us is how can we live in that, say, mode more? How can we live in that zone more, right? Where we're really here in sync and really trusting the natural flow of things, trusting nature, right? That's really the key. So just taking a breath in. I'd suggest a group session as well. But for now, just taking that breath in. And everyone listening in, taking that breath in. Nice. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. There we go. Nice. Awesome. So again, just staying in this space, guys. Noticing again your pelvis, your knees, your ankles. Yeah. Yep. Awesome. Yeah. So again, time and time again, guys, like whenever I'm out of it, or if I'm off kilter, because especially the level that, or like the phase that I'm in, um, and just like you guys, right? It's as you refine yourself more, you if you fall out of time, yeah, then shit hits the fan pretty quickly. Okay, like it really does. Okay, hence why it's one moving. I mean, it's a lot more smooth. It's way smoother now. But just taking your time with it, with timeless, and you know when initially anyway, and giving you and really implementing the principles as well as best as you can, and being the observer. It's really important. Spatial referencing. Oh my gosh, the amount of times it saved my life. It really is amazing. Really, when you decide to just, oh, okay, where am I? Yeah, and then you go beyond like the physical elements, and you go into the actual like dimensions of stuff. And you don't even need to know that stuff for it to support you. Okay, and you'll just, again, yeah, things will just come up for you. You know, they just will. Uh, and I know in the moment, it it's yeah, your brain can be like, ugh, but or say the mind, but again, you want to observe that stuff, especially when you're in it. Just do your best to observe and spatial reference, and then notice your body. Okay, I like highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Okay, suggested. So we'll go to Scott. So Scott, if you're still there, just let me know, and then we'll go to Lauren. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So Scott, just taking a breath in, brother. Yeah. Yep. So just noticing your pelvis. So for you, dude, you've gone through, say, that initial phase. It's like, a session or two, gone through the program, and now in this break period, right? Yeah, this integration phase in between months, you're really seeing now how uh, you're you're seeing, say, how do I put it? You're moving through dimensions basically. So you're quite a fast learner, and with that speed comes with its intensity. Okay, because what's happening for you is you're learning and you're seeing and you're actually experiencing the fabric of time. So you're like, and you're actually seeing how this world works properly for like, for the first time ever, basically. I mean, obviously, not obviously, but when you're a kid, but for the first time in a really long time, like a really long time, like it's like the glasses are off, and you're like, holy shit. And you're moving into this reality, and then you're moving into that reality, you're experiencing that reality, this reality, these things over here. And so like you're kind of like flying all over the place, and experiencing the world from this new level of understanding. Does that make sense? Okay. um yeah, so um let's just put it this way. It's like, um, taking a breath in. It's like uh, you're seeing the possibilities in things. So in one way, it's like, oh, you can see. It's like you kind of you're seeing like why things are working. Like why things are working, why they aren't. You know, um, things like that. And even if, yeah, so like why someone might have good luck why someone might not. Uh, and then you're also noticing how but it really is about how you move into people's worlds and then back and then into another world and then back and then into another world. Does that make sense? Or you might not be, say, consciously aware of it, but to me, at a deeper level, you're okay. Um, like you feel people. I know we've spoken about this before, but like you feel people. Does that make sense? Yeah. Well, yeah. There you go. Well, yeah. There you go. Exactly. So yeah, yeah, exactly. Yes. So it's yes. Exactly. So, um, right. So yeah, that's what's happening for you. So, but yeah, the key is now. So that like explorative mode uh, is quite an efficient tool for you. So now you're using it as a tool to learn. So even though it's like you want to keep in your own lane, you're using it as a tool to like help you understand how you work. But like for now, you're just like, okay, cool. It's like you're researching, if that makes sense. You're like basically researching. So give it time, and you'll start to feel it less, and you'll start to like see it more. Like feel less and just see it more. So, but yeah, nice job. Keep it up. So just we'll go to, um, but yeah, it's like research for you. So it's a good thing, even though it can feel like a bit like whoa. It's a good thing. And then once you've kind of moved through it and you've learned what you've needed to learn, then you'll like consolidate. Let's go to Lauren and then Glenna. Lauren, all right. Lauren, are you still there? And then we'll go to Glenna. Da-na-na-na. Amazing. Okay, cool. Lauren, so taking a breath in. Yeah, so for you, Lauren, you're like, so yeah, I see a lot of like, yeah, a lot of things like a lot of chaos around you. Or not like a lot of chaos. Well, yeah, we'll just say that. A lot of chaos is around you. But and so it's really quite impressive. You, even though things are like in a way dismantling around, not like dismantling, but I don't know. There just seems like a lot of activity around you. I don't know whether it's work or I know obviously it's holiday season, but uh, yeah. So I see like a lot of activity around you, and then you're just like still. You might waver here and there, but overall you're like really quite still, which is amazing. So just taking another breath in, I'll just help you with that even more. Yeah. So taking another breath in, noticing your pelvis, your lower back. Taking another breath in. Again, noticing your kneecaps. Hmm. There we go. Awesome. Yep. So taking another breath in, noticing your spine, your groin, your pelvis, kneecaps. There we go. Yeah, so as you keep going, as you maintain, say, your stability, um, do you have kids? Sorry for. Do you have kids, or like nieces or nephews, or anyway? So whether they're kids or adults that are kids, yeah, okay, 3 kids. One of them in particular, probably the one that's having the hardest time. They're gonna like right, because this new consciousness that's here, if it's forcing everyone to um, say work on themselves, right? So for him, he seems, I think it's a him, or maybe a masculine girl. Uh, Maybe it's a girl. Um, but the one that's, yeah, kind of feels like a masculine girl to me. So whoever that is, um, she, uh, she's quite unstable. So she'll, or at least she used to be. Now she's becoming more stable, but how that will reflect is she will try and like attach to things because she's seen how she's let go basically of all of those old mechanisms that used to keep her stable, but not really. So they've all gone, and now she's recalibrating that true stability within herself. So just be mindful of that. You don't want her to like latch onto you. Um, um, so does that make sense for you? So she kind of can't latch onto you, but she might be a little bit more like needy. So just observe that. Try and observe her in her space and you in your space. Uh, do you know? Does that? Yeah. Does that ring a bell for anyone? Yeah. Yeah, sweet. Yes, which is really cool. It's great. Yeah. So again, those mechanisms have left her. Now she's just seen the old mechanisms, and give it time, and she'll just yeah. But you don't want to latch in onto. But yeah, give it time, and she'll just like those new settings will come in, and she'll just be like really solid. Um, but like, and I'll just share a little bit more. She'll be like solid in not knowing who she is. Okay, all right. And I'll say that again. She'll be solid in not knowing who she is. She'll be like okay with it. She'll be like, damn, fuck. I really don't know who I am. And I'm, 15 or however old she is, So, which is great because she's literally like cleaning off, that same masculine, that manly vibe that she probably got from you, a while back. Uh, um, and yeah, so, that say lostness is actually her finding herself. So it's really cool. Really, really cool. Yeah. Awesome. Nice. Good job. We'll go to Glenna. So Glenna, taking that breath in. Yeah. So Glenna, yeah, it just seems as if. Anyway, we'll just take a breath in, sweetheart. Because Glenna, no worries, Lauren. Glenna, because you're like the savior in the family. Um, so as you, so let's just help you with that. Taking that breath in, Glenna. Mm. So again, taking that breath in, Glenna. Noticing your pelvis. Noticing your spine and your scapula, so your upper back, your back bones. So for you, Glenna, and you have another opportunity because like you, you, yeah, uh, what's going on? Um, yeah, your family is basically like, hey, save me, and you're like, well, I can't. It's not my job. But you've actually let that pattern go, which is great. But they're still like, they've still thrown their stuff at you. So it's like, hey, cool, yeah, you can release that pattern, but take that, take this. So that's why you've kind of felt really heavy because you've let go of that pattern. You're not helping them anymore. But then at the same time, you've you've still caught their stuff. So um, can we just can we just drop their stuff? Because you've let go of the pattern, so now it's like, well, fuck, why not just let go of the stuff, you know? Um, awesome. Nice. So just again, noticing your spine, noticing your upper back area. And then this way, give it time. Um, they'll just stop throwing their stuff. So again, noticing your back, noticing your spine. There we go. Nice. Yeah. I think we've spoken about it in the past, but there's one of your kids, Glenna, could be, one of them. Do you have a daughter? Yeah. Do you have a daughter, Glenna? Um, one of them is like, oh, interesting. Do you have like a niece or someone? Uh, or like a granddaughter? Okay, the niece. Yeah. So the niece, that's who it is. So, or maybe it's not her. Did you have a miscarriage? Or has someone in your family had a miscarriage? Like, um, has one of your sons had a pregnancy with someone? And maybe like, had had an abortion, or maybe had a miscarriage that he didn't know about. Obviously, with the partner or whoever he's with being with. Uh, yeah, interesting. Um, interesting. Anyway, so whoever that is, I was going to say, but if they're physically not here, that's all good. But that's a consciousness. Is like is acknowledging that you're doing it the right way. So yeah, it feels like anyway. Sounds crazy, but it feels like one of your sons is like, yeah, whoever they've been with has had like either a miscarriage or or not pregnant, but yeah, um, feels like that. Uh, yeah, interesting. So you might feel like a girly presence, like pop in, because that essence is like, oh, like just looking. So, oh wow. Um, so, but does that make sense? I don't know if you've experienced that. Uh, but yeah. So interesting. Um, Very interesting. So I could be way off with that, but yeah, yeah. I know you had a miscarriage before your youngest. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that. Maybe it's the miscarriage before your youngest, and then yeah, yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't think it's. Anyway, we'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. But anyway, that consciousness is like, hey, what's going on? Is looking. So nice. All right, guys. Well, uh, yeah, stay in this space if you want to. If you want to go to bed, you can. For those that want to nap, go for it. Remember to look after yourself with nice water. I've been drinking out of a this awesome water filter, and it's crazy. Uh, just it's crazy the stuff that's in tap water. It's really not good. And I was pretty late to the party. I knew, but I was late to the party in terms of cleaning up my tap water. But yeah, I really you want to yeah, and you want to get a you want to get Ezerist. Give me 1 second, brother. I love that you have just jumped on and commented. Just give me 1 second. Uh, but yeah, really look after your water, guys. Yeah, even like showers, right? Organs, your skin. I'm not perfect, but definitely am on that path to getting really nice, uh, clean water in the shower. Ezerist, it's 3 a.m. What do I do with my life? Can't sleep no more. Ezerist, do you want to just take a breath in, buddy? Um, uh, just take a breath in. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, I can kind of see why you can't sleep. So, Ezra's, for you, if you want to just notice like your spine, and I'll just work on you. So, how I see, brother, is like you're here, and then your essence is like here. Or it's like you're like reflecting yourself like underneath yourself. So it's why you feel like it's like why you feel like you're drowning. Does that make sense? Ezra's just comment in, and as I'm scanning you, this isn't just like a read. I'm simultaneously helping you adjust your coordinates to yeah to uh, to shift. But yeah, Ezra's, does that make sense? So it's like you're here, right? So you're projecting yourself down, basically here, right? Does that make sense? So uh, this is where like being depressed or like lazy, you might have health issues, things like that, or like struggle to like, um, you know, move on with your life. That's yeah, because again, you're like projecting yourself down instead of like in time. So yeah, uh, comment in Ezerist if you're still on, and guys, if you like the if you give the video a like, it goes a long way for the algorithm as well. Um, and then I was just about to jump off G Cretchy. I think that's your yeah. But we'll go to you next. But if Ezraist isn't commenting, oh yeah. And by the way, because you guys have jumped on, if you don't, you ask for a scan, but just know that I can see things like if you don't want things to be publicly shared, then I wouldn't ask for a scan or like a you know. Um, and I'll try and keep things relatively confidential. Sometimes I forget. So okay, Ezraist. I don't know where Ezraist has gone, but he's gone somewhere or she. Um, so we'll move on. Uh, oh, Ezraist. Yeah. I have. Um, yeah. Um, but does that make sense? Did you hear what I just said? With you like reflecting yourself down. Um, so just taking a breath in. But yeah, Ezra's for you. I would look at doing one of the online sessions as well. I've helped you a little bit. And when I say reflection, I mean so you project yourself, right? So believe it or not, but we're not really physical. So this physical density. So when I say your reflection, it's like you've generated your physical body underneath, say, where your essence is, your truth, if you want to say that, right? Your truth, which is timeless, which is you're brilliant. So, so, uh, so just taking another breath in, noticing your spine. So basically, what I'm helping you do is go, oh shit, I'm here. I'm projecting myself here, but I'm meant to be whole, right? I'm meant to be whole as one. I'm meant to like say, there's not meant to be say a lag or a space in between your timeless self and your time bound self, your reflection here. Okay, right? Does that make sense? So, and if it doesn't make sense, it's all good. Just take a breath in. But yeah, I would look at some of the online group sessions. Uh, yeah, which I'll be announcing pretty soon. So just keep tabs on my website, dude. And also, and if not, just just keep jumping onto the Wednesday live streams. I do this every week, right? Every week, same time on Wednesday. Next week, it's actually Christmas Day, so I don't think I'll be doing it next week. Uh, yeah, Christmas Day. So yes, so next week. That's good reminder. Next week, guys, Wednesday's live stream. There will not be a live stream because it's Christmas Day. Um, yeah, so do you stream Pacific time? It's Australian Eastern Standard Time. So whatever that time is. So it's 9 p.m. Sydney, Australia time, which is let me have a look. I think it's local time. Let's go Pacific. I think it's early morning, man. It's really early morning. Oh yeah, there you go. It's 2 a.m. So even listening to the replay, dude, would be good for you. So get some sleep. If you're up, you're up. But get some sleep, and then you can wake up for the two. You can watch the replays. Uh, yeah. How you feeling, by the way? And again, just in a short amount of time, just did a little work on you. Yeah, yeah, it might. Yeah. So do your best to just observe yourself. Again, go through my channel. Really, like, there's one on how to live a happy life. I think that's the one. I recorded it, so it's not a live stream. It's an actual video that I uploaded, so it's not a live stream. I would watch that. It's how to live a happy life. I believe it's that, or how to feel better about yourself, or something like that. So watch that, And yeah, and then, every day, just, every couple of days, just watch one of the videos just to help you kind of grasp it a little bit. You don't need to mentally understand it though. And hopefully that'll help. We've got to move on, and then I got to call it a night. But because you two lucky people um, jumped on, you caught my attention, so I wanted to um, just hang out. Would love clarity on how to move forward. G Kretchy, are you still on? If you are, we'll go into it. And if you're not on, then I'm going to go to bed. Oh, there you go. Okay. No worries, Ezers. All good. All good. Uh, okay, G Kretchy. G Kretchy. Do you want to just take a breath in? Yeah, so, yeah, okay, there you go. So just taking a breath in, um, you seem, you seem quite feminine. There's a feminine frequency about you. Uh, so let me know. Anyway, but say the whole like moving forward thing. It's like yeah. So basically, yeah. So were you? It just seems as if like your dreams were crushed when you were a kid. That kind of makes sense. It's like at a really young age, really young, and it seems as if it was more of a pattern that you adopted from what it looks like. Your father, he just like basically he just passed on the bullshit that he received onto you. So any like creative idea when you were a kid, even like it's wild because I see you like adopting this pattern when you're like 2, really young. You don't even have a chance to like speak up for yourself. So, and I'm just thinking about all the other kids in the world. So, so, uh, so just taking a breath in. So, uh, so he, so that's why I've always struggled to move forward in your life. It's not just now, but yeah, yeah. So let's just remove that pattern for you. Taking a breath in and noticing your spine, like the back of your neck. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if you get neck pain. Do you get like neck pain or like migraines every now and then? Maybe not intense migraines, but um, like pressure almost. Uh, so yeah, well, yeah, that's where it comes from. So just taking another breath in. Da-da-da. So what I'm just helping you do, G Kretchy, is like now uh, there's going to be like more space in between that pattern. Yeah, neck pain. Yeah, there you go. So taking another breath. Yeah. So yeah. Damn. Nice. So now because you just let go of a lot of stuff. So nice job. Really good job. there's going to be a lot of like space between you and that pattern. So you're going to like, yeah, you're going to feel quite free after this, actually. How are you feeling? How you doing? Yeah, nice. Awesome. Yeah, so just give it time. Again, just kind of like what I suggested for Ezra's. Tune in every Wednesday. I think you would, yeah, tune in. Yeah, yeah, some sadness. Yeah, yeah. So just be easy on yourself, okay? If you go to my website, there's a disclaimer as well, just to, you know, because as you release things, say old memories can come up, because basically you're feeling that sadness of, letting go of your dreams, basically. Um, but just give it time, okay? Uh, yeah. And I might see you next Wednesday. Sorry, no, not next Wednesday. When will it'll be, when will it be? Uh, the next stream, it's New Year's Day. You know what? And we're going to do it. I might have to adjust the timing. Anyway, I'm going to figure that out and send out the newsletter. Or maybe, anyway, this is what I need to get a little better at. Planning ahead. I'm better than what I was, but especially this time of the year. Anyway, we'll figure that one out. All right, guys. Uh, uh, yes. Okay. Amazing. Awesome. Okay. Sweet. Just read your comment, Gretchy. Amazing. How do you know the frequency? I want to feel it. I'm not too sure what you mean by that. Um, not too sure what you mean by that. All right, guys. It is quite late. It is late. So, um, yeah, it is quite late. So, no, no worries, guy. Yeah, watch the replays. Yeah, you can watch the replays. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No worries. No worries, Renee. All good. Yeah. Yeah, guys, it's tough. It's tough out there. It can be. It really can be. So, um, hang in there, and I'll see you not next week, and maybe not even the week after that because it's New Year's Day. But we'll see. I'll let you guys know. I might upload a video, letting you know, giving you guys updates on the live streams and things like that. So subscribe to the channel. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. You can jump on my newsletter. You can access that on my website, james-mcdonald.com. And I've got a free frequency session there as well for you to listen to if you want it. So I'll just write that in. No worries, guys. So that's the website. And all right, I'm going to go to bed because it's 20 past 10 and get some shut eye. Get some shut eye. All right, guys. It's been awesome. Good stuff. Keep it up. Keep it up. Peace.